Welcome to Legends in the Making, the no BS, high impact show for leaders who refuse to settle for mediocrity. If you're tired of playing small, stuck in hesitation, or watching your team operate at half capacity, this is your wake up call. Here's the truth. Legendary leadership isn't about titles, talent, or luck. It's about discipline, alignment, and execution. Each episode, we cut through the noise and get straight to what really moves the needle. The brutal cost of staying comfortable and how to break free from that. Why your energy dictates everything from execution to culture to bottom line results. How to build unstoppable momentum without burnout, second guessing, and endless overthinking. This isn't theory. This isn't fluff. This is a playbook for leaders ready to ditch the ordinary and unleash the legendary. If you're ready to stop talking about potential and start creating undeniable results, this is a place for you. Let's get to work. And today we are going to talk about, are you the weak link? The brutal truth about leadership accountability. So the fastest way to destroy a team is weak leadership. If your company isn't scaling, your culture is toxic, or your execution is failing, it starts with you. In this episode, we're going to rip off the Band-Aid and expose the hard truth. If your team isn't performing at the level you expect, you need to take a hard look in the mirror. What's draining your leadership energy? Where is your misalignment affecting your team? What shifts must you make to create a culture of unstoppable execution? This episode isn't for the faint of heart. It's ready for those to own their role, step up, and ignite legendary leadership. So, the wake-up call. The reality, it's you. The cold hard truth, if your company is underperforming, you are the common denominator. Signs that you're the bottleneck in your business, you have inconsistent energy and you're inconsistent in your decision making. Or one day you're on fire and motivated and fired up, and the next day you're like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I here? What's going on? That creates a problem. You have a responsibility to be consistent in the way that you show up for your teams, for yourself, and for your organizations. When you're misaligned, you fail to set clear and compelling vision. When you don't know where you're going and why you're going there and how this serves the greater purpose, how can you expect anybody within your organization, on your team, to be willing to follow you? They won't. They have nowhere to go. Think about that. Just sit here in the discomfort of thinking about, like, when I don't have a compelling vision of who I am, where I'm supposed to be, what we're supposed to be accomplishing, and that inspires and motivates people and activates people to the same level of execution, that you have a problem. Do you avoid uncomfortable conversations which are necessary for real growth? I think there's an opportunity to look yourself in the mirror and say, am I an energizer or am I a drain on my team, my organization's performance? Why do most leaders avoid these truths? Why do most leaders blame the team, blame the market, blame external factors instead of owning their problem? It's the ego trap. It's your ego. Set it aside. The work we're here to do to transform and wake up and become extraordinary is internal work that we do on ourselves in every present moment. To go, is this my very best? Am I aligned, giving my very best to my team, to my peers, to my coworkers, to every individual I interact with? Is this the highest and greatest version of myself? And if the answer is no, then you have work to do. The cost of weak leadership is lost revenue and poor execution, which we are seeing across the board everywhere. Our worlds got flipped upside down 5 years ago. And they got flipped upside down because it was a wake-up call to find out and test who we really are as human beings. Are we willing to look at ourselves and look at our potential, or do we become lazy and lackadaisical and complacent? We didn't come here to be lackadaisical and complacent. We came here to be great. We came here to activate the full potential of ourselves in every moment of every day, over and over and over again. We didn't come here to go through the motions. That's not what the human experience is about. So it's time that we wake up. It's time that we quit blaming external factors, and it's time that we start taking accountability, radical accountability for ourselves and how we show up and the energy that we put in the world to change this world. If you want to change this world, change yourself. There's nobody else that's going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. And when you are weak, you're costing your company money. You're delivering substandard execution. You have high turnover if you're leading, because people don't want to tolerate blah. Why are people showing up checked out, quiet quitting, going through the motions? Because they're not inspired to do anything. Nobody is on purpose. Nobody's building their character. Nobody's realizing their greatness comes through ordinary things done extraordinarily over and over and over again. It's about the small things that matter that lead to greatness. Not just hoping or dreaming. It's about wanting to be the very, very, very best version of yourself. And when you're not, you're stagnant. You're failing. Your leaders are failing. Your companies are failing. Anytime you're in this spot, you are playing the victim role. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Life is being lived through you. So do you want to take radical ownership over your life, over the results that you produce in this world? Or do you want to keep going through the motions and being lackluster, being so-so, being okay? Like, it's time that we break free of this. I look at leaders and think we need to smash down these walls of mediocrity. We need to smash down the walls of participation, and we need to demand greatness because we are great as human beings. So are we willing to take a hard look in the mirror and ask ourselves, is this my very best? Am I on purpose? Am I living the purpose of why God put me here? Am I giving the planet, that my fellow human being, the very best of me? And if the answer is no, you got some work to do. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to shake this shit up, to get us out of this slumber, to get us out of mediocrity, to get us out of going through the motions, to get us out of focusing on the wrong stuff. It's not about money, folks. Money is the byproduct of the energy that you're putting into the world. Money is a byproduct of your energetic alignment. It's about who you are. So are you willing to take radical ownership over yourself to make the changes that you want to see in the world? You can only change yourself. You're not changing other people. You change people through your own example. So if you want to shift, make a shift and own your leadership energy, there are ways in which you can do that to set the emotional and operational tone for your team. So if you're scattered and they're scattered, where are you going? You got to get people on the same bus going in the same direction. You got to give people the roadmap of where you're going and inspire that vision. So, do you have a leadership alignment checklist when you're getting ready to talk about something? Do you say, are you leading with clarity and confidence? Is this clear? Am I confident about this? If you're not, take a moment, slow down, get aligned. Where are we going? Why are we going there? How are we going to get there? And how do I want to deliver this message so my team believes that this is the very best thing that we are supposed to be doing? Do your actions meet the standards that you expect? Are you showing up the way you want your team to show up? If you're showing up going through the motions, guess what? They're going to show up and go through the emotions. So ask yourself, do my actions match the standards that I expect? Are you actively investing in leadership energy, mentally, physically, spiritually? Are you willing to see the wholeness of who we are as human beings and making sure that you yourself are mentally sharp, that you're physically sharp, and that you are spiritually sharp? Do you invest time, whether that's through your own efforts, whether that's through coaches, however you can align yourself? You should be asking yourself, am I investing in myself mentally, physically, and spiritually? Other practical steps you can take to fix some of this BS right now. Start your morning with a 2-minute check-in. Am I leading from alignment or am I leading from reaction today? What is the aligned action that I need to take in the world to deliver the impact that my company, my organization, myself is here to deliver? Or am I reacting to what the universe is throwing at me? And in that reaction, you're typically not going anywhere. You're spinning your wheels. I'd call you to apply the 80-20 rule. 80% of leadership problems are energy problems. It's your starting point. Where are you at? What are you doing? How are you feeling? Am I aligned? Am I grounded? Am I centered? Am I acting from my highest state of being, which is peace, clarity, love? Am I making decisions from those states of being, or am I making decisions from lower vibrational frequencies such as fear, reaction, shame, all of those things? You got to ask yourself, where am I starting from? Am I starting from desperation or am I starting from expansion? Am I starting from fear or am I starting from excitement and potential and possibilities? There's also a great exercise that I have called radical ownership exercise. Write down one way you're contributing to your team's underperformance, and then identify one action you can take today to change that. Then you're going to execute, no hesitations, no excuses. Look at yourself. If you want your team to change, this change starts with you. There's no more excuses. No more blaming. It's time to step up. Take radical ownership of yourself. You will like who you become when you understand that you are the creator of your own reality. If this episode called you out, good. That means it's time to level up. DM me Ignite if you're ready to go deeper and fix the inside of your company fast. And take a leader who needs to hear this. No more weak leadership. No more waiting. This is your time to lead with discipline, alignment, and execution. So I've just given you so many great activities and exercises that you can go execute. Legendary leadership isn't built on ideas, it's built on action. So ask yourself, what's one move you can make right now to step into your next level? If today's episode hit home, Don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Take a leader who needs to hear it, and let's create a ripple effect of nonstop execution. And again, if you want to go deeper, DM me Legendary to explore how we can take this work inside your company. No more playing small, no more hesitation. You've got what it takes. Now you've got to go make it happen. This is Legends in the Making, and you are just getting started. Till next time, stay aligned, stay disciplined, and keep leading at the highest level.